And for our last presenter is Luciana Martinez from the Fresno Small Business Administration, known as the SBA office. The Small Business Administration, or SBA, is an agency that provides support to entrepreneurs and small business owners. They work with entrepreneurs and lenders to help them with business resources such as grants. The SBA Boots to Business program, or known as B2B, I lost my track there for a moment. It's an entrepreneurial education and training program offered by the SBA as part of the Department of Defense Transition Assistance Program, known as TAP. Boots to Business provides participants with an overview of business ownership and is open to transitioning service members, including National Guard and Reserve, and their spouses. Here to give more details about the SBA's Boots to Business program, let's give a warm welcome to Luciana Martinez.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me today. Again, my name is Luisana with the SBA Fresno District Office. I am an outreach marketing specialist and the Veteran Business Development Officer for our district. We cover 15 counties here in Central California, which is quite an extensive area to cover. But before I talk about Boots to Business, I do want to talk a little bit about what the SBA does and what types of services our district office can offer. So with that, let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. I think you guys can you guys see my screen yet? Let me know if we are good to go here. Okay.
Yes, you can see it.
Okay, awesome. I think we're good to go here now. So again, our district office really focuses on helping folks start, grow, or expand their business. So when our veterans are calling our office saying, hey, I'm interested in starting a business, we're always going to refer them to our Veteran Business Outreach Center, which is our resource partner for veterans. The VBOC that covers our area is the NorCal VBOC. They are out of Humboldt State, and I can provide that information to anybody that's interested. I'll put my email in the chat when I'm done presenting. That way folks can email me if they are interested in reaching out to the Veteran Business Outreach Center, which we call the VBOC. Again, we focus a lot on helping our businesses find access to capital if they don't have money. There are SBA loans available for folks. I know that our previous presenter talked a little bit about our EIDL grant, our EIDL and our grants through the EIDL program, which have always been around. The EIDL's always been around for our national disasters, but our COVID EIDL is a little bit different than our regular economic injury disaster loans, which I'll talk a little bit more about that here in a little bit. So again, the SBA, we work with approved lenders to offer microloans and SBA-backed loans with competitive terms, lower down payments, flexible overhead requirements, and also counseling and education. So again, the SBA really really works with our lenders. We provide training to them to make sure that they're all properly trained when offering these SBA programs. Again, how can the SBA back loan help you? Well, you can either launch, grow, repair, startup, start or purchase a small business. You can renovate. So there's a number of things you can do. Our 7A loan is meant for equipment. Our 504 loan is meant for real estate. And again, there's the micro loans that are 50,000 or below. So there's programs out there. And again, the rates are very competitive. So the SBA really works with folks that don't have the greatest credit or have or just now starting their business, and they really don't have anything to start off. So the SBA really tries to support these folks so that they can have that opportunity to start that business. So I will talk a little bit about federal contracting, not too much here, but there are federal contracting. The government is the largest purchaser of goods and services. We do have set-asides that the government sets aside for our disadvantaged groups, like our women-owned small business, our socially economically disadvantaged small businesses, our veteran-owned small businesses, and our service disabled veteran-owned small business. Whoa, that's a mouthful. You can get certificates for all of these, and once identified as one of these types of businesses, and you can hold multiple certificates. You don't just apply for one, you can have multiple, and that helps because when there's federal programs, they really try to target these disadvantaged groups first, and then open up and branch out to our other small businesses. So again, it's important to have these certificates. They help with government programs, especially if you want to go into government contracting. There's also international trade and exporting, but that's for businesses that are well established and ready to expand into the international market. And there are resources available for that if you just visit sba.gov/exporting. And we do have resource partners also that assist with this. Let's see, as far as going global, as that we were talking about, you can get counseling and training through, again, these resource partners that we have available. There's also the STEP program. We host webinars that talk about these specific programs more in detail, and you can attend those by and follow when our training schedules happen by signing up for our email updates. And we also have a newsletter that goes out with upcoming training. So Recover, I know in our previous presenter talked a little bit about the EIDL. So I do want to cover that, but the economic injury disaster loan has been around for a while. And so anytime there's there's a declared disaster by the president, then these funds become available. We just had the unexpected flooding in New York. So we anticipate that to be declared a disaster, and funds become available for small business and even homeowners. These funds can be used for, say, if you rent a property and you claim that as income, then you can get funds to help you fix your home if it was damaged. So again, the economic injury disaster loan is been around for a while, but the COVID EIDL is a little bit different. Again, he did say that the deadline was December 31st. But we tell folks don't wait to apply because we do anticipate funds to run out before December 31st. So if you are interested in still applying for the COVID EIDL, we recommend that you do so now. Again, there are a number of folks that can help with the economic injury disaster loan application. The process has been extremely tedious to apply because we've had to deal with a lot of fraud. So that's why it's extremely difficult to contact and get a hold of the SBA sometimes because there's so many people calling us. What's the status of my application? So we just ask folks to be very patient, check your emails, utilize our resource partners. It looks like this small business universities also help offering assistance with this, so take advantage of that. The PPP was a program that was brand new, that's no longer around, but it was a great program. It was a forgivable loan that was offered during COVID to help with payroll costs so that business owners can keep their employees paid during closure. So that was a very good program. It was short-lived, so we don't know if it's coming back or but the program ended. So for those that did take advantage of that, we are providing assistance with applying for forgiveness. So for those folks that are ready to apply for PPP forgiveness, call our office. We do host webinars twice a month that provide answers as far as how to apply for forgiveness. Also, they're recorded. So if you're not able to attend the day that we have it, we can provide a recording link so that you can watch that. But again, an estimated 25% of businesses don't reopen after a major disaster. So it's really important that they get access to these emergency funds as soon as possible, and that they contact their local SBA office so that they can figure out how to get access or how to apply for these programs. Let's see here. So again, these are some of the things that the disaster loans can help with. So real estate, personal property, inventory, machinery, equipment, and economic injury. Alrighty, so increasing your confidence in business smarts. So which resource partners are right for you? So let me go a little bit over these resource partners that I keep talking about. So our resource partner network, they are approved and funded by the SBA. So these organizations receive grant money to help you. So the services are free. Some training, they may ask for a small fee, but for the most part, their services are free. So we have over 1,400 partner offices nationwide. And you can find your local resource partners by going to sba.gov/local assistance, put in your zip code, and you select which resource partner you want to utilize. And let's go over these resource partners. I know we talked about SCORE. SCORE, if you call their office, it's going to come to me. So I'll answer the call, and I'm going to refer you to go to centralvalley.score.org so that you can request a mentor. Once you request a mentor, you will be assigned one that will work with you, contact you, and work with you one-on-one. And these business mentors are amazing. They are well-knowledged and well-versed in anything related to running a small business. We have our Small Business Development Center. There are several throughout our district. The closest one here would be out of Clovis Community College. They're called Valley Community SBDC. Again, you can either call their office, but they're always going to ask you to register for their service. It's important that they track who they're servicing so that they can continue to get these grant funds to keep helping these small businesses. So our Small Business Development Centers really focus more on helping those that are existing businesses. SCORE is more one that I would recommend for startup business. And then we have our Women's Business Center. Our closest Women's Business Center is not Maryland. So just want to clarify that. Our closest Women's Business Center is in Kern County. And I can provide that information and how to contact them. They are amazing and great, also assisting with the EIDL and applying for that Women's Business Certificate, that Women-Owned Small Business Certificate. Let's see, our VBOC. VBOCs are the ones that are responsible for our Boots to Business. So they are the ones that coordinate with the bases to do this training and plan them out. So we do training with Monterey Bay, Lemoore Naval Airfield, and China Lake. So we used to go out to these sites, both since COVID. Now we do these virtually, which actually opened up the opportunity for folks throughout the nation to join in on these. So not necessarily folks from those bases. So the Boots to Business is for transitioning service members. Now we do have the Reboot Boots to Business that is for those service members that have been out for a little bit, and they can take the Reboot Boots to Business because some of these folks may have already taken the Boots to Business and are just taking a refresher course. So if you reach out to the NorCal VBOC, they can recommend, they're going to recommend that you take the Reboot, but you can take the Boots to Business if you haven't had the chance to take that. I do teach 4 of the modules, and there's great great, useful information. It's a one-day class. You're there all day, but it is super helpful. You will get the greatest advice from the experts through NorCal VBOC and at our office. So I really recommend that you guys look into it. But again, in order to sign up for that, you can go to the NorCal VBOC website, and I'll share the link to that in the chat as soon as I'm done presenting here. We also have the procurement technical assistance centers that help with the 8A program, which is our government contracting. And they are really great at assisting folks getting registered in SAM.gov and everything that they need to do to be a part of the 8A program. Again, export assistance is available. And you can either reach me or my colleague Victor, who's also another veteran. He's a Marine Corps veteran, and we'll be more than happy to assist you guys figuring out which resource partners to connect with and give you more information about the Boots to Business and how to sign up for those classes. But that concludes my presentation. Here is my phone number and my email. That is my direct line. So please feel free to reach out and call me, leave a voicemail, very important, because if I don't answer, if you leave a voicemail, I can return your call. With that, that concludes my presentation. I think we're gonna have questions here in a little bit.
Thank you, Luciana, for that wonderful presentation.